Today is October 1st. We just finished the month of September, which was one of the most volatile trading months in recent memory. We saw a lot of good trends in many different major currencies and cross rates. We want to go ahead and see where we've come and see what may be happening during the last three trading months of the year, the last quarter. This is our proprietary US dollar activity index. We can see on this daily chart that we've been above the zero line for about 9 straight days or so. That's a very good run. You can see here in the middle of September, we also had a very good run in early September. Look at this activity. When we move this over to a weekly chart for the US dollar, look at all this activity. We were, other than a quick dip in August, we were pretty much positive through mid-July. This is a very, very, very significant up move in the US dollar on a weekly chart. Finally, when we look at it on a monthly chart, look at this significant move. We have been gaining major ground in the US dollar, and that is why we are seeing depreciation in a lot of other assets, such as gold. Moving over to the euro very quickly, we have seen some back and forth above the blue horizontal line here on our proprietary euro indicator. When we go ahead and look at a weekly chart, we can see we just came out of a multi-week move lower in the euro, had a brief move higher, and let's look at a monthly basis. Here we can see the trend a little bit more clearly. The downturn in euro has been sustained, as we can see here. We had basically from April through September, we were in negative territory on a monthly basis. As the European Central Bank meets tomorrow, we will see if this trend will continue in euro. Moving over to the Japanese yen, you can see we have had some significant strength here in recent days on some of our activity. Let's go ahead and look at our weekly. You can see we are definitely lower here over the past several weeks in the yen. Finally, moving over to our monthly, we can see we have generally been below water here for most of 2014. Moving over to the British pound, our daily looks like this. We can see major gains here above the blue line with some profit taking below. Another series of gains, another series of daily gains. Moving over to our weekly, we see almost looks like a double top here. We see significant 3 or 4 weeks of gains here in sterling recently. Moving over to monthly, nothing really much happening there in monthly, a lot of back and forth in recent months. Taking a look at Swiss franc, we can see a lot of back and forth, no real discernible trend on a daily chart using our proprietary indicator. You can see some weakness though here for 2 or 3 weeks. And then moving over to monthly, we can see that basically since March we have been below water. So the Swiss franc, while the losses have been relatively controlled, we can definitely see some ongoing weakness, and we have been below the blue line, so we've been negative since March. Australian dollar, we have no real discernible trend right now on the daily chart. We had quite a sizable period of weakness here during September, but in recent days we have cut some of those losses. Weekly chart may be a little bit easier to see. We can see we have 3 consecutive weeks of depreciation across the board for the Australian dollar. And our monthly chart, we see much the same weakness in the Australian dollar. These sizable moves here above and below represent very good trends. So the Australian dollar has been a very good trending currency for us in 2014. Here we see the Canadian dollar. We see we had major period in 2013 through early 2014 of sustained Canadian dollar weakness. This is on a monthly chart. We can see this year we have had some positive price appreciation. Nothing really happening too clearly on the weekly chart or the daily chart. Moving over to New Zealand, we can see very sizable gains and losses at different periods in 2014. This is a monthly chart. We can see we moved into negative territory during the month of July. We remained negative in August, September. So this is a very significant downturn in the New Zealand dollar that is consistent with the depreciation we have seen from Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Let's go ahead and look at this on a weekly chart on our New Zealand dollar indicator. You can see a lot of weakness here below the zero line. And finally, on our daily chart, we can see some recent consolidation after significant selling pressure. So that is a recap of recent trading activity for the 7 major currency pairs using our proprietary indicators. Let's see if some of these dominant trading themes and trends can continue during the last quarter of the year. Thank you.